All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. This is probably a more or less long overdue video when it comes to being here in Thailand, and I want to talk about the top 3 scams. And this, in my opinion, these are the only 3 I've personally encountered, and I've actually escaped very lucky and only been hit minorly. I'm talking like 30 bucks. With the exception of something I'll get into in just a minute when I first got here to Thailand. And guys, let me go ahead and put a disclaimer out there. When you first arrive in Thailand, you're most likely going to land in Bangkok and you're going to spend a few days, maybe a week or 2, and you're going to go to the touristy areas. And for the overwhelming majority of what it is here, you're very safe. As long as you're use some common sense. But guys, some of these things are going to get you. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get into it, and I'm going to talk about the top 3 scams that you're most likely going to encounter, especially if you stay here for, I'd say, over a week, especially if you're in Bangkok or Pattaya, Phuket, some of the major touristy areas. It's just what it is. But guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Number 1 is the damn tuk-tuks, guys. The tuk-tuk drivers, which this is a tuk-tuk. And these things drive around and they're absolutely fun. As long as you understand how it works, you understand the game, you understand how to negotiate, and you understand how to walk the fuck away. Because there's a lot of good tuk-tuk drivers out here, but man, there's a lot of shitty ones out here too. And with that said, let's go ahead and talk about it. Number 1 is the tuk-tuks. You'll get on a tuk-tuk, you'll agree to a price to take you to a certain place, and they'll start driving around in fucking circles. And you're looking at your maps and you're like, where are you going? You know, and they'll start acting fucking mad, shady. The first time I took a tuk-tuk, I had to jump out. I told him, I said, this is enough. Let me out. I said, like, for real. I gave him 200 baht and I said, I'm done. Because he kept driving and turning and trying to go down and acting like he was fucking lost. Bitch, you live here. So this is how they'll try to scam more money out of you. They'll try to drive around, and we're talking 2 o'clock in the morning. There was like no traffic. There was no one on the road. It was a straight fucking shot back to my hotel. Because I had just walked to the place and I just needed a ride back. It was a straight shot, and he's turning on these side streets. I was like, nah, we're done. So with that said, this is the other part of the tuk-tuk issue, is they will take you to certain places. For example, if you take a tuk-tuk during the day, and this isn't all, as I said, just be aware of this. You'll get on a tuk-tuk and they'll say, hey, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something. And it may sound great and stuff. You're new here. You don't know anything about it. And the dumber you are, the better it is for them. But they'll take you to their certain preferred vendors, if you will. And I'm talking about other stores and shops that sell crafts, antiques, suits, suits and shit, tailors and all that stuff. They'll take you to these places and they'll say, hey, I'll wait outside. You know, they'll give you fucking water. They'll even give you beer and stuff, you know, while you're driving around and stuff. Like, they'll try to make you relax. And, you know, in your mind, if you've never been here before, you don't know what I'm talking about, you wouldn't understand. But they'll take you to these certain vendors who get a cut for them. You know, the tuk-tuk driver will get a cut for bringing you to them, if you will. So they're all in this together. There's sort of a network. And this isn't all, guys. This is what I'm saying. Please let me put this disclaimer out again. This is not all. This is just a percentage that you need to be aware of. When you smell bullshit, you need to exit ship right away. Tell them you're done. Don't take no shit. This is why it helps, guys, to learn Thai. Any Thai, even a little bit, just a little bit of numbers goes a long way, because it tells them you're not a fool. You're not fresh off the boat. You're not a sucker. You're not fresh fish, guys. So listen, always negotiate the price ahead of time and know exactly where you're going. Always follow, if you're going to use a tuk-tuk, always follow it on Google Maps and make sure that you know what I'm talking about. Guys, listen, in the middle of the day, there's traffic and stuff, but still, these guys are not stupid. Tuk-tuk drivers are very smart. They know the streets, they know the alleyways, they know every little back nook and cranny of Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Phuket, Pattaya, any of these major towns, if you will. So guys, with that said, if you're not comfortable with tuk-tuks, use a damn Grab. Grab is the equivalent of Uber here, guys. Or you can use Bolt. A Bolt is another one, a scooter. You can get on a motorbike and it's very cheap. Bolt is very cheap. So with that said, if you're not comfortable negotiating with tuk-tuk drivers, don't even fuck with it, guys. But with that said, once you learn it, tuk-tuks are awesome. They really are. So I've had some of the best times of my life with some of the tuk-tuk drivers here. All it takes is just a little bit of knowledge. So with that said, here's another scam kind of tied in with that. The taxis with broken meters. Guys, you can go from Suvarnabhumi Airport back to your hotel, downtown Bangkok, which is like 20 kilometers maybe, for 300 baht on a metered taxi. Most taxis are metered. But what happens is once in a while, you'll get in one taxi and he'll have a towel over his fucking meter and he'll act like, oh, it no work or he unplugged it or some shit like that. Don't ever fall. If you ever jump in a taxi and his meter ain't working, get out. Just get out. Because what'll happen is they'll take you somewhere and they'll almost take you hostage, or they'll start a fight with you, and the police, if they ever get involved, they're gonna side with them, not you. And you're gonna wind up paying whatever they charge you, because they can say whatever they want, and you are fresh off the boat, you don't speak any Thai, you're done. You're gonna get screwed. So if you ever get in a taxi and the meter doesn't work, get out immediately. Do not move if that taxi doesn't work. I don't care if you agree on a price. I don't care, especially if you're new here. Moving on to number 2. Guys, bars adding drinks to your fucking tab. Bars adding drinks to your tab. This has happened to me twice since I've been here, but I've been lucky to catch it because I got in a habit early of not running up tabs. And guys, this is number 1 in Thailand. Listen to me. The best advice I can give you is pay your tab as you go. If you got somewhere you go often and you trust them and you've been, say you live here like I do, I've got a few places I know where I'll run up a tab and I trust that when they bring my bill, it's going to be right. Yeah, I'll check my bill and after some time approving, it's different. But most places, what happens is if you're a foreigner, you're stupid, what'll happen is somebody will come in and ring the bell and they'll put those drinks on your damn tab and you'll go to settle your bill so you can go home and you'll get a tab for 20,000 baht. Now, this doesn't happen to me, but this happens to a lot of people, and this causes major fights and violence even. People go to jail. We had got some foreigner about a month ago, went into a place and stabbed him. He's in jail right now, but this is what I'm trying to say. You can avoid this by not running up a tab. Pay as you go. Listen, maybe 2 beers, pay as you go. This is especially true when you're in bars, small bars, shady bars, bars that don't get a ton of business. You know what I mean? The bigger bars may not necessarily do that, but they're going to charge more. But don't trust anyone, especially if you fresh off the boat and you're fresh here. You don't know shit. You are fresh fish. Listen, they're going to get your money. So with that said, do not run up a tab, period. Anywhere you go, maybe a beer, maybe something to eat, maybe 2 beers, pay your bill. Once in a while, somebody's going to try to sneak something on you. Now, I got hit for 1,400 baht one night at a bar. This was a long time ago when I first got to Chiang Mai here. 1,400 baht is not a lot of money, but it pissed me off because it was for 2 beers. I bought 2 beers to take home, and they charged me 1,400 baht, and they added 4 shots onto my bill, which I didn't order. And I had no choice because it was after hours. The place was closed officially. The doors were down, even though they were still serving people inside, which is a Thailand thing. But I had to pay the fucking money. I had no choice because if the police come out and get involved, I'm going to wind up screwed or going to jail or paying them anyway. So the best thing to do, the best advice is to pay it. Never go back again. Try not to lose your cool. Try not to lose your temper like I did. I was pissed. I threw the money out. Threw it out. Fuck you, cussing them, and I stormed off, but I paid the money and walked away, never went back. So with that said, ironically, yesterday I met another guy that got ripped at the same damn place. Same place. So with that said, guys, there is a scam that goes where people add drinks to your tab. And you got to be careful because especially in Bangkok, I've heard stories of people getting hit with 20, 30,000 baht, which we're talking $1,000 fucking dollars, $800 to $1,000. And you are held hostage until you pay. And your word against theirs, they win. Especially here in this country. You have no rights here, guys. So with that said, just be responsible. Don't go out by yourself. Don't go out there just raging and drinking and out of control, running up a tab and be like, oh, it's no big deal. They're only 100 baht each or whatever. Yeah, until they add shit onto your bill. So be very careful with this. I'm telling you guys. I've been hit twice. I got hit for 1,000 baht and I got hit for 1,400 baht, which is not bad. We're talking 30 bucks and about 40 bucks. You know, about 30 bucks and about 40 bucks at another place. And this was a long time ago, but I've learned my lesson. Number 1, don't go back to those places. Number 2, pay as you go. Simple as that. Number 3, guys, this is really a big thing, and this is going to take up the most of my thing. It's the girls themselves. The girls themselves. And guys, don't take this as just bar girls. This ain't just bar girls or freelancers. If you're out here, you know, having a good time and, you know, sowing your wild oats or whatever the hell it is, guys, these are just chicks in general. I've met chicks at 7-Eleven who are just as mischievous as bar girls. I met girls that work in the banks that are just as mischievous and deviling and conniving as bar girls. And this is not to say that all girls are like this. No, just be careful and understand how you deal with the women here. You will have the best experience of your life if you understand how it works here. If you understand what the game is, the facade, and listen, if you understand this and you learn to communicate and listen and learn and a little bit of dialogue and Thai, they will actually respect you more and treat you better, in my opinion. Now, you just got to know when the time comes, you got to be willing to walk the fuck away. So guys, a lot of these girls will come into your life and they're beautiful, they're younger, they're super sexy as hell, and they're so sweet and feminine. They will, you meet them, you go out and you have the best time of your fucking life. And you get back to the room, and I'm talking monkey double backflips, like gymnastics in the bedroom, aerobics. It's amazing, Olympian style, if you will. And you before you know it, your ass is in love with this chick, and she's telling you some dream. She's telling you some sob stories about her family or her parents or some shit like that, or she needs money, or her cell phone's broken. And then, like, here you are, you're believing this shit. You think, like, because she's been so great so far, that she's not gonna lie to you. And I'm here to tell you guys, this is where it gets fucked up. These chicks are running this game on multiple men at the same fucking time. They are literally copying and pasting and sending these things out, renegade fucking text messages to all these guys. Hey baby, I miss you. She'll send hey baby, I miss you to 5 fucking guys at the same time. And some of these chicks will tell on themselves accidentally by sending you the wrong message, or send it like she meant to send it to somebody else. She'll send it to you. And I've caught one chick unsending it to me. Like, she sent me something and I was like, who the fuck is she talking to? Because she sent me something in another language. And this is a while back. She sent me something in Spanish. And I got that message and I saw it and I was like, oh, this bitch, she thinks I'm stupid. And immediately she unsent it, which you can do online, which is what everyone uses to communicate here. Online app, you can unsend a message. So basically, but I'd already, it was too late. The damage was done. I already caught it. The cat was already out of the fucking bag and I already knew what time it was, which I knew anyway. But this is what I'm trying to say, guys. And this chick had been literally trying to message me every morning. Good morning. Hey, sweetheart. How's your day, sunshine? All this shit. Good night, baby. I miss you. All that good stuff. And I really trying to lay it on thick. And this was, like I said, this was a long time ago. And I learned real quick. These chicks are ruthless, man. They are absolutely stone cold ruthless, and they are good, and they're experienced, and they are masters at manipulation when it comes to the men here. Listen, everything comes with a price. Everything comes with a price, even this. So guys, you have to be careful. But the fresher fish you are, like the more fresh you are off the boat, like the less Thai you speak, the more, like, say this is your first time in Thailand, you've never been here before, you're gonna be in awe, you're gonna be looking at all the buildings, and these chicks are literally putting dibs on you. You don't even know it. You're walking around town looking up at all these nice neon lights and buildings down Khao San Road and all that shit. Or you're in like Pattaya, you're Soy Cowboy, or Phuket, Bang La Road, Chiang Mai, you're on like Loy Crow Road, whatever the fuck. These chicks are literally watching your ass from a distance, scaling, like plotting. And they're working together sometimes, guys. And I'm trying to tell you, the dumber you are, the less Thai you speak, the more first time unexperienced you are when you come here, especially if you come here dressed nice, wearing nice gear, nice shoes, nice watch, jewelry, like chains, silver, gold, shit like that, man. You are an absolute target. You walk into a bar and you don't speak any Thai, first time in Thailand, and you start ordering like Jack Daniels, like more like name brand import drinks and stuff like that, man, these chicks are literally, you are #1 target. You don't even know it. I've seen it. I've been here long enough to hear how they talk between each other. And some of these chicks will even be talking between themselves like, I'm not fucking that old dude, you fuck him. They're literally saying that. Like, when they're over there like fighting over scraps, they're like, I'm not fucking him. She's like, well, I'll fuck him. I'll take him to the rinser. And they're like, okay, you can have him. And she'll come over there and sit with him, and that dude will fucking think he's special. And he wakes up with an empty ass wallet, fucking beat up, black eyes. Her brothers and cousins done come in there and whooped his ass in his hotel room, or his clothes were stolen and he's left out sleeping in the hallway. Listen, I've seen enough. Like, there's the door across my hall has been pried open. There was a situation there. I'm not gonna get into it, but I'm just saying there's situations that happen where people get into it. Like, they bring the wrong person back to their crib or to their pad or whatever, and things get out of hand. So with that said, you just have to be understanding and be aware of what you're doing. This is another thing, guys. When you meet a girl, never allow her to dictate where you go. Never ask her, where should we go? Show me something, I'm new here. Never do that, because she's gonna take you to her places where she knows those employees, and they're gonna coordinate together to upcharge you, upsell you, and she's gonna get a cut of that. And all this while you're buying her drinks, you're buying bottle service, you're treating this girl well, and she's getting a cut, and they're jacking up the price. And guess what? They're all fucking laughing at you. They're all laughing at you, guys. I am dead serious about this stuff. This isn't prevalent, but it's more prevalent. It's enough to mention this. When you're new here in Thailand, when you come here and you've never been here before, you need to understand. Listen, I'm going to end this with some advice. Number one, and this is very self-explanatory. Number one is to learn some Thai, learn some counting. Learn like Seep is 10, learn Yi Seep is 20, Sam Seep, Si Seep, Ha Seep, Loy is 100, Pan is 1,000. You need to learn how to count at least. That way you can at least joke with them, and you'd be surprised at how far that goes. For example, going back to the Tuk Tuk driver. If I go up to a Tuk Tuk driver and I say, hey, I go to Taipei Soy Sam, he goes, where to? I say, Taipei Soy Sam. And he goes, 150 baht. I'll look at him and go, Sal baht, 20 baht, 20 baht. And he'll start laughing. He'll say, okay, Hoxie, 60 baht. So for from 150 down to 60, and he's laughing, and you're having a good time, and they actually will treat you with respect from that point forward. As I said, people here really will keep tabs on each other, and not always in a bad way. So if you learn how to speak a little bit of Thai, it goes a long way, and you will be treated with a whole lot more respect if you learn just some basic common phrases in Thais. And I promise you, your prices will be cut in half, if not by threefold, if you will. Next piece of advice is fucking walk away, man. Don't be I have to walk away still to this day. There's all the, eventually, occasionally, you're gonna meet people who are gonna really try to rip you to hell. Don't be afraid to walk away. And listen, don't walk away hoping they'll chase you down, because usually you don't want them to chase you down. You don't want what the fuck they've got if they're trying to rip you off anyway. The next piece of advice is, guys, don't walk around solo, especially late at night. Now, I'm not talking about in the daytime. You're safe. You're safe. Using a Grab, tuk-tuks, or especially if you learn a little bit, you're going to be okay in the daytime, even at nighttime. But I'm talking like midnight, by yourself, drunk, is a stupid idea, because typically the only people out at that time of night are freelancers, the bar girls that the bar closed and they're out trying to pick up the last piece of, score a last fucking John or whatever, or there's going to be drunks and bums and there aren't a lot, but it only takes one. Your life could really be in danger if you're stupid, you're out drunk, walking by yourself. You are an absolute target. And this goes for anywhere in the world. This is not just Thailand. The next one I'll say is use Grab, especially late at night, especially if you're going far. You're going way across town, Bangkok. Listen, use Grab. Grab is a very safe app. It's Uber. It's monitored. You're tracked. You have recourse if something goes awry on that ride. Whatever could go wrong. I have never had a negative experience using Grab. You can use Grab for food and for a ride. You can use Bolt as well. Don't use Bolt late at night, but Grab. It's a very safe way to travel and move and get your ass from A to B safely. Next is to avoid little shady ass lady bars and stuff. Man, just listen. We all did this when I first got here, because the girls in these little shady ass, shoddy, shadow lady bars and shit, man, where these beautiful girls hanging out, they're all yelling at you. I mean, you're walking down the street minding your own business, and they're all hanging out yelling at you. Some of them will be congregated, like 15 of them out in the street. Hey baby, grabbing you and stuff. And it's easy when you first get here to say, oh, okay, these chicks are hot. Now, first of all, they may not be chicks, but next is just avoid those areas of town at those hours of night. Listen, most of those bars are not going to open or get active until, 8, 9, 10 p.m. You shouldn't be out in that area of town anyway. Now, there's better bars to go to. There's bars with less ladies. There's bars with ladies that are safe. You just have to be smart, be mindful, and watch how they keep account. For example, if you go into a bar and you order drinks, I'm talking about the tab situation, they'll put a sticker, they'll write it down and they'll stick it in your little tray. You'll have a tray, and every time you order a beer, they'll stick in your tray. You can sort of trust that process. It's the ones that don't write anything down that you got to worry about. It's the ones that have all these beautiful ladies working, and you're like, man, that's a shithole. Just be careful with that. Avoid those fucking massages. When they yell at you, if they have to ask you for a massage, if you want a massage, don't. Listen, I like massages, but I like real massages. But you'll walk down the street and you get sick and tired of hearing massage ka, massage ka, massage ka. The first phrase I learned in Thailand was ma'al ka, which is no thank you. No thank you, no thank you. I say it every day, ma'al ka. If I walk down Lloyd Crow to go get my coffee, there's all these fucking massage places down there, and they're all out there just talking to you. I mean, they're not aggressive, but they're like, hey, massage ka, I massage you, hey, you want massage? They'll even yell from across the street. You're driving a scooter, and they'll yell when you're driving by on a scooter. And it's just like, wow, just never go for that. If they have to ask you for business, you don't want to give them your business, in my opinion. The massage place that keeps their mouth shut, that's where you go. If you want a real massage. If you want a fake massage with a happy ending, that's on you. You go for it. Because anyone that says massage ka pretty much is a happy ending type establishment. So with that said, guys, these are the 3 main scams I would say that happen here. And I wouldn't even say it's really a scam. Now that you know, it's your fault at this point. As long as you understand what to avoid, how to be safe, how to move around, you'll be fine. I promise you. Thailand is one of the safest countries I've ever been to. I have never felt unsafe here in Chiang Mai, especially. But when I went up by Burma a few months ago, it was a little shady up there. I got to be honest. And that was in the daytime with a friend of mine. But other than that, I have never felt safer in my life. Honestly, I break some of these rules sometimes. I walk around late at night, but usually I got somebody with me, or I take a ride. I don't typically walk far late at night. So, guys, it's really about just being smart, pay your bill as you go, negotiate things, learn some Thai, don't be out late, don't be in these shady places looking for women. That's a dumb thing to do. Now, with that said, I hope this helps, guys. I hope this finds itself to the right people. Please come visit this place, man. I'm telling you, this is one of the most marvelous places I've ever been. I love it. I love Thai. I even love these things about Thailand, even though it's effed up. I love the fact that, it's got its dirty, it's got its dark side. Every place does, in my opinion. So what I said, don't let it deter you. Don't let it scare you. Don't be afraid. Listen, 90% of the time, you're going to be fine. I promise you. Just understand. Use Grab if you're not sure. Don't try to negotiate unless you know a little bit of Thai. It's not that difficult to learn. And don't be out here going solo, especially late at night and getting drunk and stuff like that. And you'll be just fine. With that said, I hope you have a good time. If you come here, come visit Chiang Mai. Let me know if you do. I love you guys. Thank you for the love on the video, and I'll see you on the next one.